Hello, everybody. I don't know if y'all heard this thing say it was connected, but it's connected. Just thought I would come on earlier today and live stream for a while. Good morning or afternoon, Meisner. G. Meisner. Welcome to the chat. Hello, everybody. Oops. I don't know. Think I need to take that off. Hopefully, it's loud enough for everybody. Let's see if I've got my sounds turned up. Please let me know if it's loud enough. If not, I will have to go back to the other means of having a live stream. I just want to make sure that I am broadcasting loud enough for everybody to hear me. I am running earthquakes on 3D, and there's been a few biggies today, 4.0 level earthquakes. So figured I would get the earthquake 3D up and we could just watch earthquakes. Not really doing anything today, just waiting on mail to show up and nothing else, playing around with Penny, my dachshund. And not really too much news going on in the world. Let's see here. We'll look at earthquakes. Been watching the fours come in. Our latest earthquake was a 3.0 San Juan, Argentina. It was 100 kilometers deep. But the fours that are coming in are a lot of them. We've had a 4.4 in New Guinea, Papua New Guinea was 107 kilometers deep. A 4.9 South Argentina, 192 kilometers deep. A 4.3 Papua Indonesia, 5 kilometers deep. A 4.0 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, it was 84 kilometers deep. A 4.9 in the Haiti region, it was 12 kilometers deep. Let me fix this. Excuse me. A 4.6 in Vanuatu, it was 155 kilometers deep. A 4.3 in Taiwan, it was 25 kilometers deep. A 4.4 Peru-Ecuador border region, it was 53 kilometers deep. A 4.1 offshore off the coast of Chiapas, Mexico, and it was 16 kilometers deep. A 4.9 Andronov Islands, Aleutian Islands, it was 34 kilometers deep. 4.1 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, and it was 15 kilometers deep. A 4.1 Oaxaca, Mexico, it was 9 kilometers deep. A 4.0 in the Aegean Sea, it was 15 kilometers deep. A 4.7 in the Aegean Sea, it was 10 kilometers deep. A 4.7 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, it was 29 kilometers deep. A 4.0 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, it was 11 kilometers deep. A 4.1 near the east coast of Honshu, Japan, it was 70 kilometers deep. A 4.2 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, it was 14 kilometers deep. A 4.4 Kepulauan Babar, Indonesia, 144 kilometers deep. The deepest 4 point anything today was the Fiji regions. It was 4.3, 567 kilometers deep. Then we've had a 4.1 Kuril Islands. It was 150 kilometers deep. We've had a 4.1 El Salvador, 8 kilometers deep. A 4.1 offshore Oaxaca, Mexico, 13 kilometers deep. A 4.1 La Rioja, Argentina, 126 kilometers deep. A 4.5 in the Banda Sea, 120 kilometers deep. A 4.4 offshore Oaxaca, Mexico, 6 kilometers deep. 4.7 Potosi, Bolivia, 199 kilometers deep. A 4.7 off the east coast of North Island, New Zealand, 84 kilometers deep. That is according to EMSC. I'm not sure what the one on GeoNet states. This was an hour and 56 minutes ago. The 4.0 offshore Oaxaca, Mexico, 10 kilometers deep. 4.1 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, 63 kilometers deep. And a 4.3 south of Java, Indonesia, 10 kilometers deep. And those are the fours that have occurred today. Hey, Jose DeVito, welcome back. I hope you're doing much better. It's nice to see you. Today is just earthquake stream. I really don't have too much planned. I am going to say I am taking probably, I'm not going to say positively, but I think I am taking tomorrow and Sunday off. I have been doing a live stream every single day now for 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to take 2 days off and come back on Monday. But today I'm just doing live stream. I really don't have too much to talk about. And just take a little time for me time and my granddaughter and my family and relax and get some stuff done and all that good stuff. And I want to give a big thank you to everybody who has been checking into my live stream, who's been supportive of my live stream, who's been here for me for the past 3 weeks, who's helped to grow my channel, who's helped share and subscribed. I really, really appreciate you. And if YouTube would stop playing with the numbers, that would be great. Joe says, hey, glad to be out of the hospital for the 3rd time in 3 weeks. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. I went in for one day, the same time you went in. And I hear we had some of the same issues, heart-wise. Well, maybe not the same issues, but I'm glad to see you're still here on this side of the universe. And I was thinking this morning, that, man, this Christmas is a little bit different. And I'm going to say it this way. I don't know how many of you who watch my show grew up maybe in foster care or split families and stuff. But I grew up in foster care from the time that I was 9 onward. And I know what it was like to not be able to go home on the weekends or to be able to see your family. And then always seeing your husband's families. When you got married, you got to see your husband's family, but never your own family. So I am the beginning of my own family. Joe says, yeah, we run parallel paths. But that wasn't what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is over the past 2 years, I've lost quite a few people in my life. And let me know that I'm getting older. I've lost quite a few friends, including a few that I met while I've been a YouTuber, and some people that came to mean quite a bit to me. And it's been kind of rough losing people in my life that have meant something to me. And to me, when you meet me, you get to know me. Over years, you become like family to me. And trust me, I cry over you. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I mean, those people that you talk to on an everyday basis, and all of a sudden they're just no longer there anymore. Whew. So, yeah, it is hard. And this time of season, I start thinking about their families. So this year, I want everybody to hug their families just a little closer, love each other just a little bit more, and reach out to people. Practice forgiveness, practice caring, care about people. That is the biggest thing that we can do. Show love, show caring for each other. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm gonna get myself back into happy mode. Okay, so our latest earthquake was looks like over here. Let's see. 1.8, and that looks like Alaska. And our latest earthquake, according to EMSC, was 30 minutes ago, 3.0. San Juan, Argentina has not changed yet. And I think Richard is not home, so he is not online yet. Joe says, I understand the loss of friends and family. I get emotional too. It's okay to do that. Family, friends, hug them, love them. Yep. Appreciate them. Yes. That's, I think, one of the reasons why I always end my video with tomorrow is not promised. Because, there's one thing you can be arguing with a friend of yours or talking to a friend of yours or family member or anybody one day, and you can go and call them the next day and they're gone. So always remember and use that time that you have, because you never know, the next day they might not be there. Time is precious. So I'll go back to a story as to why that means the most to me. Years and years and years and years and years and years ago, I had an argument with an aunt of mine, and I hung up on her. And I was upset at her, and she was upset at me. And I was, about, I'm going to say I was about 20. How old was I? I was about 23. And I thought I was right, and I was bound and determined that I was right. And so I didn't call her back. But I loved my aunt quite a bit. And I didn't call her back. So I thought about it that night, and I felt bad, and I felt bad, and I felt bad. And I picked up the phone the next day. And I went to reach out and call back to say I was sorry. And I found out that she'd passed away. So that stayed with me all these years. So, no, tomorrow is never promised. So always tell someone that you love them, because tomorrow is never promised. And yeah, Joe will tell you, he's died 3 times already. So this Christmas, challenge everybody to love each other a little bit more. Because I don't know what it is, but today I'm just a little bit in missing family, friends, neighbors, and people who've passed this year. Okay, I'm off my sappy self. Anyway, anybody that's coming in, welcome to the channel. Today is just a day for hanging out, looking at earthquakes, chatting in the chat. Um, Hope y'all are doing well. Oh, I hope so. Have a MAGA Christmas. I just hope we get to January with all this crazy stuff happening in the world. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one. Hey, Joe, how is my headset doing? This is the new one that George sent me. What's with the shallow quakes in the Pacific and the deep ones in the Atlantic? I have no clue. None whatsoever. Now, I can tell you that the Atlantic is splitting. So that could be why we're seeing deeper earthquakes in the Atlantic. Why they're not occurring in the Pacific lately, I have no idea, other than there's been bigger earthquakes in the Pacific. So that could be causing smaller earthquakes to be occurring. Good morning, Sage Puppy. Or good afternoon here. Good morning there. Thank you, Joe. You should have heard it. I had been using my microphone from my camera until George sent me this really nice headset. I just have to remember to, with this one, I have to remember to charge it. I just have to figure out how to do that one. Oh, yeah, George, the one that picks on you and you pick on him. Yeah, him. I think it connects to the computer. I think. Like yesterday, I was learning how to find the mute button. So I was just laying it down on my desk. That was the easy part. Mic drop. I think Richard might be out somewhere right now. Let's take a look and see if we've had any activity on the East Coast of the United States. And I want to let y'all know I am pretty much set for Christmas for my grandkids now, thanks to a subscriber. I have been spoiled. Okay, so this is a 2.2. This was on the 10th. This one was on the 12th, so this one was yesterday. That one was Greenback, Tennessee. I see a small earthquake here. That one was on the 10th, so I don't see anything else on the East Coast. I'm still waiting for East Coast earthquake. But I've seen nothing here. And this is concerning because not seeing any movement coming out of Nevada. Now we've had that, and this is my opinion only. We had the 7.0 in California. We had a 6.0 here, Nevada. We've had barely any movement coming from Nevada. So it seems like maybe something is stuck up here. And my thought was because I don't know if anybody noticed, after most of these bigger earthquakes, you'll see like a six, you'll see aftershocks that are 5, 4, 3, 2, right? And for a 6.5, you might see a 6 for an aftershock, right? For this 7, you saw no 6 range aftershocks and no 5 range aftershocks. You only saw 4 range, 3 range, 2 range aftershocks. Well, when I saw the 6 happen, I wondered maybe it was an aftershock, but that was just a thought. It wasn't like geology sound because it would have been too far away, but it was a thought that it could have been. So, unless a geologist states it, unless a geologist were to state that it was, I could not possibly say that it could have been. But it did cross my mind. Because it was a 6 as an aftershock. But it was a 6 as an earthquake. And then it has had lots and lots of aftershocks after it, if we've noted. So, and the weird thing is this 5.8, 5.5, whatever size it is, has had equal size earthquakes. So, equal size aftershocks. So, why has the 7 not had equal size aftershocks? So, as we're watching this, and this is occurring here, I'm wondering where the next earthquake may occur. Could it be in this location here? And why has it not occurred yet? Because I'm expecting movement to be coming out of this area. And in fact, I've seen nothing coming out of this area since basically the 9th and the 10th, and only one really tiny, tiny earthquake. So we should start seeing some movement coming across towards the East Coast. I just don't want to say that the size is going to be like a 5, but I think it could be. I mean, this one's a 13th and it's a 2. So that's in Jewel, Kansas. But I am expecting to see something a little bit bigger than a 2. Joe says Nevada has a lot of government quakes, if you know what I mean. Well, that one was out at sea, and the only other thing that I could think was an underwater seamount erupted, but then I didn't see one in that location. And they're not going to tell us that either. They have been watching several underwater seamounts, volcanoes out there off of Oregon and Washington, and only seldom do they hit the news. I believe the last one that I read about was maybe 5 months ago. Something about an offshore volcano from Oregon. California has government wax, if you know what I mean. LOL. Sage Pup. Oh boy. I know what you mean. So y'all want to see what I've been working on for my sister for Christmas? Let me take a picture and I'll show you. I did the I did the other ones yesterday. So I'll show you. She loves these. And no, she's not watching my YouTube channel, so she won't notice. She won't be seeing these. But she loves these, and I'm trying to figure out whether I should put some other colors on here. So let me load this real quick. So I did these for her. Okay, so I'm going to load these real fast, and then I'll show you what I made for my sister for Christmas, because I'm getting arts and craftsy this year. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay, so this is the one that I did for my sister. Ooh, did it not? No. Hang on. So I made these for my sister. What do you think? But I'm trying to figure out the last color. She likes these little truck things. But this little area right here, the little brown area, I haven't filled it in with any color yet. And then I have to spray them still. I think they're good considering the other ones that I did. Let me see if I remember where the other ones were. These were the ones that I did for. Oh, did y'all see this? I sent this to Tennessee. This was done for as a gift for one of my moderators. This was the Christmas stuff. I didn't know if y'all have seen this one. So that one went to Tennessee a week ago. So she now has all three. Yes, I do paintings. Thank you, Sage Pup. You think I should put silver in there on the truck? And then I was trying to figure out if I should write anything on it. But she likes those little trucks, and I figured it's Christmas time, so I was making them. But I decided I didn't want to make it Christmassy. That way she could hang it at any time of year. So that's what I do in my spare time. Thanks, Jose. So what we got for news? Oh, Richard, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not doing good today? Oh. Well, Richard, you take the day, you get well, and you take care of yourself. You do whatever you have to do to make yourself better. You put you first today. We love you, and we want you to make sure that you are taking care of you. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so the origins of the New Jersey drones have been revealed by a UFO expert as he warns of a security threat. Dun 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 dun. Oh, maybe y'all should like to hear this one. NASA scientists detect parallel universe next to ours where time runs backwards. Well, that would be fun. In an icy expanse of Antarctica, a groundbreaking experiment has uncovered astonishing evidence of a parallel universe, one that operates on completely opposite rules of physics. This discovery could redefine our understanding of reality and the cosmos. The idea of parallel universes has captivated imaginations for decades, popularized by sci fi tales and comic books. But while the concept has been discussed since physicist Erwin Schrödinger introduced it in 1952, tangible evidence has remained elusive until now. NASA Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna experiment was designed to detect high energy cosmic particles. Suspended by a giant balloon above Antarctica's ice, the antenna scanned the cold, radio, noise free environment for unusual sounds. Anita's findings went beyond its mission, revealing something extraordinary. High energy cosmic particles typically travel downward from space as Earth's solid core blocks their upward trajectory. However, NITA detected particles seemingly rising from the ground, an anomaly suggesting they were traveling backward in time. This baffling phenomenon defied conventional physics. Lead researcher Peter Gorham of University of Hawaii theorized that these particles, tau neutrinos, might have transformed into other types of particles to bypass Earth's dense matter. Such an occurrence is statistically improbable, yet Anita observed this anomaly multiple times. A universe born in reverse. The most straightforward explanation, according to Gorham, is the Big Bang created not just our universe, but also a twin universe where time flows in reverse. Inhabitants of this anti universe, if they exist, might perceive our world as one running backward. While the discovery has sparked excitement, many researchers caution against drawing definitive conclusions. Astrophysicist Geraint Lewis and others argued that alternative explanations such as undiscovered particle behaviors could account for Anita's findings. Pat Scott from the University of Queensland highlights that although the concept of a parallel universe is plausible, it remains one of several possibilities. As research continues, the scientific community is exploring all angles to better understand this groundbreaking discovery. While Anita's findings are not yet conclusive proof of parallel universe, they have opened the door to exciting new possibilities about our reality. Whether the discovery rewrites the laws of physics or unveils a twin universe, it reminds us of how much we still have to learn about the cosmos. This content, in part, has been generated with the aid of an artificial intelligence language model. While we strive for accuracy and quality, please note that the information provided may not be entirely error free or up to date. We recommend independently verifying the content and consulting with professionals for specific advice and information. We do not assume any responsibility or liability for the use and interpretation of this content. The post NASA scientists detect parallel universe next to ours, where time runs backwards, appeared first on Organically Human. And there you have it. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, so I want to get off of this universe and I want to get on that universe. I want to get on that universe and I want to get younger and then I want to come back and I want to do these years over. I want to do that. Yeah. Get in that universe, go backwards a few years, and then come back and do it over again and then go backwards again. Because I don't want to grow up. I want to remain a Toys R Us kid. We're entering the age of Aquarius. Isn't there a song about the age of Aquarius? You're right, Joe. The more we know, the less we know. Hey, Joe, you might like this one. The most popular hot sauce in America, according to data. If y'all don't know, Joe DeVito created hot sauce. So let's see. What's the most popular hot sauce? Gotta know. The most popular hot sauce in the United States. Um, let's see here. Trying to find the most popular one. Well, it looks like number 4 is Hufong Sriracha. Number 3 is Texas Pete. Number 2 is Frank's Red Hot Original Cayenne Pepper Hot Sauce. Number 1 is Tabasco Original Red Sauce. It is the age of Aquarius. Uh-oh, how did I make that tiny? Oops, I done did it. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Hang on a second. I gotta wait for my chat room to come back. Oops. Okay. Well, let's see. What would happen if volcano erupted? I have no idea. Um. Well. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking at something. Hang on. So Oregon Live put out an information yesterday. Says we live in earthquake country. What California 7.0 teaches us about a future really big one in Oregon. And I have to pay for the article. But if you already have a means to use Oregon Live, then this is the article. So then you'll be able to see it. We'll see you in a little bit, Sage Pup. Okay, an earthquake map from the U.S. Geological Survey shows that a minor earthquake hit 9 states on Friday morning. The earthquake comes a week after a magnitude 7.0 earthquake struck off the coast of Northern California, creating shock waves that were felt for miles. The quake was strong enough to prompt a tsunami warning, though the warning was canceled shortly after it was issued. Aftershocks continued to rock Northern California, and minor earthquakes also hit Utah, Nevada, Idaho, Texas, Kansas, Alaska, New Mexico, and Washington on Friday morning. California is perhaps the state most known for earthquakes, as the Golden State has the most damage causing earthquakes in the country. However, earthquakes are often reported in other states as well. The map, okay, so this map, hang on, I'm going to post this. Let me show this so that y'all can see what I'm looking at. So this is the map. Okay, so it says the map below shows where Friday's quakes hit. An earthquake map from the USGS shows the states hit by the earthquakes on Friday morning. Alaska was also hit. So it shows the states that were hit. When looking at the earthquake data over the past 30 days next to California, earthquakes seem to strike most frequently in Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Texas, and Oklahoma. Over the past week, the strongest earthquakes have struck California and Nevada. As for the earthquakes that hit Friday morning, they likely weren't strong enough to cause any damage. A temporary increase or decrease in seismicity is part of the normal fluctuation of earthquake rates, a USGS spokesperson told Newsweek. Neither an increase nor decrease worldwide is a positive indication that a large earthquake is imminent. Multiple earthquakes around the magnitude of 3.0 hit off the coast of Petrolia on Friday morning, near where the magnitude 7.0 quake struck last week. As of Friday, around noon Eastern Time, one person had reported feeling the quakes. A magnitude 2.7 struck around 6 miles northeast of Hilldale just before 9 a.m. local time on Friday morning. According to the USGS, no one has reported that they felt the quake. Damage usually does not occur until an earthquake measures around a magnitude 4 or 5, the USGS said. A magnitude 3.3 earthquake struck near Yerington. A magnitude 3.0 earthquake also struck in the area. As of around noon Eastern Time, one person reported feeling the 3.3 magnitude earthquake, and that's in Nevada. Alaska earthquakes. Alaska frequently experiences earthquakes. On Friday morning, at least 2 were reported in the state. The strongest was a 3.5 magnitude that struck around 38 miles south-southeast of Old Harbor. One person reported feeling the quake on the USGS site. Idaho earthquake. No one reported feeling the magnitude 2.6 earthquake that hit northwest of Stanley on Friday morning. Texas earthquake. A magnitude 2.5 earthquake near Falls City was felt by at least 6 people, according to USGS. Falls City is southeast of San Antonio. Kansas earthquake. A magnitude 2.6 earthquake hit Jewel on Friday morning near the Kansas-Nebraska border. No one reported feeling the shakes. New Mexico earthquake. A magnitude 2.5 earthquake in New Mexico hasn't prompted any reports of shaking. It struck near White City. Hang on, maybe I should open this back up. Okay, so you can see this map. Washington earthquake. A magnitude 2.5 earthquake struck near Brady. No one has reported feeling the shaking on the USGS sites so far. So those are the earthquakes that are showing that has struck, and nobody has reported feeling these earthquakes. So this article was put out today at 12:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And its earthquake map shows 9 states hit on the same morning. So that's 9. And I'll give y'all a copy of the article. And it also shows the map. Hey, Richard. Glad you're back. If you scroll back just a little bit, you'll see what I just talked about. I talked about 9 earthquakes happening in the United States, and the fact that USGS has reported that nobody reported that they felt those earthquakes, which is quite interesting, actually. That article was put out today, so I don't know if they're talking about this last Friday or if they are talking about today. I don't think they're talking about today, though. Okay, the last earthquake that just occurred was a 4.6 northern Iran, and it was 36 kilometers in depth. So I'm waiting to see if that one is going to come up on our feed here. Oh, 1.6. Let me reset. I'm going to reset this real quick. Y'all are going to bear with me and see an empty desk for a minute. Okay, I've turned off the volcanoes. Let's see here. All right, I'm waiting. Richard, are you feeling any better? Oh, yeah, we need to do island time. Let me go get the island. Island time. Okay, got to get the island. The island. The island. The island. Okay, so there we go. We got a 4.6. This earthquake is northern Iran, and it is 35 kilometers deep. So you'll see it as it comes around that way. Okay, so you guys, it is Richard's Island time. And as we put this up here, let me get y'all introduced. And we are going to the islands. So, this is an island. But the name of this island is Tristan da Cunha, or Cunha. Tristan da Cunha. So let me see here. I would like to see if hang on. Sometimes there's a means to pronounce it, but I don't see it. So it's Tristan de Cunha. Tristan de Cunha. Okay. And it says Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Okay. So, anyways, colloquially, Tristan. It's a remote group of volcanic islands in the South Atlantic Ocean. It is the most remote inhabited archipelago in the world, lying approximately 1,732 miles from Cape Town in South Africa, 1,514 miles from St. Helena, 2,454 miles from Mar del Plata. (2,487 miles from the Falkland Islands). The territory consists of an inhabited island, Tristan da Cunha. Let me say it again. Cunha, which has a diameter of roughly 11 kilometers or 6.8 miles and an area of 98 square miles or 38 square miles. The wildlife reserves of Go Island and an inaccessible island and the smaller and uninhabitable Nightingale Island. As of October 2018, the main island has 250 permanent inhabitants, all who carry British Overseas Territories citizenship. The other islands are uninhabited except for the South African personnel of the weather station of Go Island. So let's see here. This one here is Tristan da Cunha. So let's see here. This one here is St. Helena. That's an inaccessible island. This is Nightingale Island here. And I think that's the only three. I don't see another one here. So there's another little one here, but I don't know what these are. This is Stolenhof Island and Middle Island. For all intents and purposes, we're going to focus on this one. It is a volcanic island. Tristan da Cunha is one of the three constituent parts of the British Overseas Territory of St. Helena, Ascension, and Tristan da Cunha, with its own constitution. There is no airstrip on the main island. The only way of traveling in and out of Tristan is by ship, a 6-day trip from South Africa. The uninhabited island The uninhabited islands were first recorded as sighted in 1506 by Portuguese explorer Tristão da Cunha. Though rough seas prevented a landing, he named the main island after himself, Ilha de Tristão da Cunha. It was later anglicized from its earliest mention on British Admiralty charts to Tristan da Cunha Island. Some sources state that the Portuguese made the first landing in 1520 when Las Rafael, captained by Ruvaz Pereira, called at Tristan for water. The first undisputed landing was made on 7th February 1643 by the crew of the Dutch East India Company ship Hempstead, captained by Klaus Geretz. Oh my goodness, what a big name. Klaus Geretz Baron Broodspot. The Dutch stopped at the island 4 more times in the next 25 years, and in 1656 created the first rough charts of the archipelago. The first full survey of the archipelago was made by the crew of the French corvette Hurdeberger in 1767. The first scientific exploration was conducted by the French naturalist Louis-Marie Albert Dupuy Thurs, who stayed on the island for 3 days in January 1793 during a French mercantile expedition from the Brest, France, to Mauritius. Thurs made botanical collections and reported traces of human habitation, including fireplaces and overgrown gardens, probably left by the Dutch explorers in the 17th century. On his voyage out of Europe to East Africa and India, in command of the Imperial Asiatic Company of Trieste and Antwerp ship, Joseph and Teresa, William Bolts sighted Tristan da Cunha, put a landing party ashore on 2nd February 1777 and hoisted the imperial flag, naming it and its neighbors islands the Brabant Islands. However, no settlement or facilities were ever set up there by the company. After the outbreak of the American Revolutionary War halted penal transportation to the 13 colonies, British prisoners started to overcrowd. As several stopgap measures proved to be ineffective, the British government announced in December 1785 that it would proceed with the settlement of New South Wales. In September 1786, Alexander Dalrymple, presumably goaded by Bolt's actions, published a pamphlet with an alternative proposal of his own for settlements on Tristan da Cunha, St. Paul, and Amsterdam Islands in the Southern Ocean. Captain John Blanket, also suggested independently to his superiors in August 1786 that convicts be used to establish a British settlement on Tristan. In consequence, the Admiralty received orders from the government in October 1789 to examine the island as part of the general survey of the South Atlantic and coasts of the southern Africa. This did not happen, but an investigation of Tristan, Amsterdam, and St. Paul was undertaken in December of 1792 and January of 1793 by George McCartney, Britain's first ambassador to China. During his voyage to China, he established that none of the islands were suitable for settlement. So let's take a peek and see if there's any views on this island. You never know. I see none. Whoa, we're going into the ocean. Okay, let's see here. So, looks, there's houses and there's roads over here. I see sheep. I see sheeps. Okay, so there are some views. Oh boy. Well, there's a building. There we have the ocean. Not much of a view there. Catholic Church, Post Office, St. Helena Police Service. There's a supermarket. There's a museum. Here's the lava field. I don't see any views up here though. So I guess there's no views in the volcano itself. Okay, so the first permanent settler was Jonathan Lambert of Salem, Massachusetts, United States, who moved to the island in December of 1810 with two other men, to be joined later by a fourth. Lambert publicly declared the island his property and named them the Island of Refreshment. Three of the four men died in 1812, and Thomas Carey, Tommasaro Corey from Livorno, Italy, one of the original three, remained as a farmer on the island. On 14th August 1816, the United Kingdom annexed the islands by sending a garrison to secure possession and making them a dependency of Cape Colony of South Africa. This was explained as a measure to prevent the island's use as a base for any attempting to free Napoleon Bonaparte from his prison on St. Helena. Wow, so Napoleon Bonaparte was in prison on St. Helena. The occupation also prevented the United States from using Tristan da Cunha as a base for naval cruisers as it had during the War of 1812. The garrison left the islands in November of 1817, although some members of the garrison, notably William Glass, stayed and formed the nucleus of the permanent population. The artist, Augustus Earle, spent 8 months stranded there in 1824. He had been on the aging ship Duke of the Gloucester, bound for Calcutta, which had anchored there for 3 days during a storm. Erie and his crew were left there when the Gloucester unexpectedly sailed. Earle tutored several children and painted until his supplies ran out. He was rescued in late November by the ship Admiral Cockburn on its way to Hobart. The islands were occupied by a garrison of British Marines, and the civilian population gradually grew. Berwick stopped there on 25th March 1824 and reported it had an population of 22 men and 3 women. Oh, those are some odds. The bark South Australia stayed there on 18th to 20th February 1836 when a certain Glass was governor, as reported in a chapter on the island by W.H. Lay. Also in 1836, the schooner Emily ran aground with a Dutch fisherman, Peter Groen, from Katwijk. He stayed, married there, changed his name to Peter Green, and in 1865 became spokesman governor of the community. In 1856, there were already 97 people living there. A parson arrived in February of 1851. The Bishop of Cape Town visited in March 1856. And the island was included with the Diocese of Cape Town. In 1867, Prince Alfred, Duke of Edinburgh and second son of Queen Victoria, visited the islands. The only settlement, Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, was named in his honor in the visit. On 15th October 1873, the Royal Navy Scientific Survey vessel HMS Challenger docked in Tristan to conduct geographic and zoological surveys on Tristan, Inaccessible Island, and the Nightingale Islands. In his log, Captain George Nares recorded a total of 15 families and 86 individuals living on the island. Tristan became a dependency of the British Crown in October of 1875. Whalers set up bases on the island for operations in the southern Atlantic. However, the opening of the Suez Canal in 1869, together with a gradual transition from sailing ships to coal-fired steamships, increased the isolation of the islands, which were no longer needed as a stopping port for lengthy sail voyages or for shelter for journeys from Europe to East Asia. On 27th, 1885, the island suffered one of the worst tragedies after an iron bark named West Riding approached the island whilst en route to Sydney, Australia from Bristol. During the loss of the regular trading opportunities, almost all the island's able-bodied men approached the ship in a lifeboat attempting to trade with the passing vessel. The boat, recently donated by the British government, sailed despite rough waters, and although the lifeboat was spotted sailing alongside the ship for some time, it never returned. Various reports were given following the event, with rumors ranging from men drowning to reports of them being taken to Australia and sold as slaves. In total, 15 men were lost, leaving behind an island of widows. A plaque at St. Mary's Church commemorates the lost men. In the 20th century, after years of hardship since the 1880s and especially difficult winter in 1906, the British government offered to evacuate the island in 1907. The Tristans held a meeting and decided to refuse, despite the government's warning that it could not promise further help in the future. No ships called at the island from 1909 to 1919, when HMS Yarmouth stopped to inform the islanders of the outcome of the World War. The Shackleton Rowett expedition stopped in Tristan for 5 days in May of 1922, collecting geological and botanical samples before returning to Cape Cod. Among the few ships that visited the coming years were the RMS Asturias, a Royal Mail Steam Packet Company passenger liner in 1927, and the Canadian Pacific Ocean liners RMS Empress of France in 1928, RMS Duchess Athol in 1929, and RMS Empress of Australia in 1935. In 1936, the Daily Telegraph of London reported that the population of the island was 167 people, with 185 cattle and 42 horses. From December 1937 to March of 1938, a Norwegian party made a dedicated scientific expedition to Tristan da Cunha, and sociologist Peter A. Munch extensively documented island culture. He visited the island again in 1964 to 1965. The island was also visited in 1938 by W. Robert Foran, reporting for the National Geographic Society. His account was published the same year. On 12th January 1938, by letters patent, Britain declared the island a dependency of St. Helena, creating the British Crown colony of St. Helena and dependencies, which also included Ascension Island. So, this is some interesting stuff. So, in the 21st century, the islands were hit by an extratropical cyclone that generated winds up to 190 miles, 120 miles per hour. A number of structures were severely damaged and numerous cattle were killed, prompting emergency and provided by the British government. In 2005, the islands were given a United Kingdom postal code to make it easier for the residents to order goods online. On the 13th of February, On the 13th of February 2008, a fire destroyed the island's 4 power generators and fish canning factory, severely disrupting the economy. On the 14th of March 2008, new generators were installed and power restored, and a new factory opened in July of 2009. While the replacement factory was built, MV Kelso came to the island as a factory ship. The St. Helena Ascension and Tristan da Cunha Constitution Order 2009 reorganized Tristan da Cunha as a constituent of the new British Overseas Territory of St. Helena, Ascension, and Tristan da Cunha, giving Tristan and Ascension equal status with St. Helena. On 16th March 2011, the freighter MS Olivia ran aground on Nightingale Island, spilling tons of heavy fuel oil into the ocean. The resulting oil slick threatened the island's population of rockhopper penguins. Nightingale Island has no fresh water, so the penguins were transported to the Tristan da Cunha for cleaning. On 13th November 2020, was announced that the 687,247 square kilometers, or 265,348 square miles, of water surrounding the islands will become a marine protection zone. The move will make the zone the largest no-take zone in the Atlantic and 4th largest on the planet. The move follows 20 years of conservation work by the RSPB and the island government and 5 years of the UK's government Blue Belt program support. A total solar eclipse will pass over the island on December of 2048. The island is calculated to be on the center line of the Umbra's path for nearly 3.5 minutes of totality. The geography of the island, Tristan da Cunha is thought to have been formed by a long-lived center of upwelling mantle called Tristan Hotspot. Tristan da Cunha is the main island of the Tristan da Cunha archipelago, which consists of the following islands. Tristan da Cunha, the main and largest island, is 37.8 square miles, and that is this island here. Inaccessible Island, let me see here, we'll go and look at it again. We have the islands here, so one of them is Inaccessible Island. This is Inaccessible Island here. This one is 5.4 square miles. And then Nightingale Island, Middle Island, and Stolenhof Island. And then you have Grow Island, but I didn't see Grow Island, and I was looking for it, and I didn't see Grow Island. Maybe it's over here somewhere. Where is Grow Island? Stolenhof Island, Middle Island, Nightingale Island. Where is Grow Island? I don't see it. Doesn't mean it's not there, it just means I don't see it. Maybe it's one of these little ones. Maybe it's a little one. Okay, so anyways, the main island is generally mountainous. The only flat area is on the northwest coast, which is the location of the only settlement, Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, and the agricultural area of the potato patches. So we saw that over here, Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, which is here. Right there. The highest point is the summit of the volcano called Queen Mary's Peak at an elevation of 6,765 feet, high enough to develop snow cover in the winter. The other island of the groups are uninhabited, except for a weather station with a staff of 6 on Go Island, which has been operated by South Africa since 1956 and has been in its present location at Transvaal Bay on the southeast coast. So let me see here. Where the heck is Go Island? Go Island. I don't know. Okay, so anyway. Anyways, Tristan da Cunha has 2 volcanoes, Queen Mary's Peak on the main island and Edinburgh Peak on Go Island. I've got to find Go Island. This is going to get to me until I do find it. So let me find Go Island. Go Island. Go Island, go. Go Island, go. Go Island, go. Oh, you all the way over here. There you are, sneaky little island. You're all the way over here. See, now you got me all lost. Okay, so, anyways. Yep. Yes. I haven't looked out. Oh, from this morning? Yeah. Okay, so, anyways. Um, Queen Mary's Peak and has a height of 6,765 feet and remains active, with its last eruption reported to have occurred in 1961. Edinburgh Peak has a height of 2,959 feet and has been classified as extinct. The volcanic rock range from alkaremitic basanite through tephrite and phonolite, and some have ultra potassic compositions, which is unusual for rocks that have erupted close to the mid Atlantic ridge. They exemplify the EM1 pole and compilations of isotopic compositions of mantle derived rocks. The unusual composition is explained by the presence of enriched material in the plume source, either recycled sediments or metastomatized lithosphere. The origin of the islands is commonly attributed to partial melting in the mantle plume. The islands are located in the western end of the Walvis Ridge, which links the islands to the Ntidika large indigenous province. The association has been cited as an example of a plume head and tail hypothesis, but the geochemical characteristics of the Tristan lavas differ from those in the Ntidika province, would suggest that the plume was heterogeneous. Okay, you guys, so that's a bit about an island called Tristan da Cunha. I hope you all have enjoyed Richard's Island update. And yes, I'm still choosing the penguin. Can't believe Go Island was so far away, though. Go Island was all the way over here. And I'm sitting here looking around here for Go Island. Go Island, go! Hey, run, Island, run! I'm looking around here, and it's all the way over here. Wow. That's Edinburgh Peak. The penguin! The penguin! Okay, so the last two earthquakes to occurred on earthquake 3D were 1.5 Eastern Turkey and a 1.9 Eastern Turkey. Yeah, it's a very interesting history with the Go Island. Thank you, Richard, for that little island. Jill says Gilligan's Island. Close enough. Can you imagine being left in the middle of the Atlantic and people telling you they have no plans on coming back? Oh my goodness. Yes, but we have no plans on coming back, so you'll either survive or you won't. Oh, by the way, we'll come back in about 30 years to see if you're okay. So when they come back to check on them, there's 194 people, 5 horses, and some cows. Makes you wonder where'd they get the horses and the cows from? Okay. People have stopped by to visit. Definitely. Hey, everybody that's here, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. That is how I grew my channel. And I will be right back. I'm going to do a mic drop. Next island. I wonder which next island we're going to get. Just not go island. Go island, go! Run island, run! I skipped over the 1960s and went straight to the 2000s. So the volcano did go off in the 1960s, you guys. Richard is giving you a little bit of history. Let's go back. And some history. On October 10th, 1961, the eruption of the parasitic cone of the Queen Mary's Peak, very close to Edinburgh in the Seven Seas, forced evacuation of all 264 people. The evacuations took to the water in open boats taken by local lobster fishing boats, Tristiana and Francis Repetto, to uninhabited Nightingale Island. The next day, they were picked up by the diverted Dutch passenger ship to Sardaigne. They took them to Cape Town. The islanders later arrived in the UK aboard liner MV Stirling Castle to a big press reception, and after a short period of Pendle Army camp in Merstham, Surrey, were settled in an old Royal Air Force camp near Carlshot, Hampshire. The following year, a Royal Society expedition reported that Edinburgh of the Seven Seas had survived. Most families returned in 1963. So, Go Island was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995 as Go Island Wildlife Reserve. This was further extended in 2004 as Go and Inaccessible Islands, with this marine zone extended from 3 to 12 nautical miles. These islands have been Ramsar Site wetlands of internal importance since 20th November 2008. So there's the history of the eruption of what occurred with the island. And yes, I missed the eruption part and read the next chapter. Oops, sorry. I's not perfect. I hope it's not going to go again, but you know what? It is possible. You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious about Antarctica. I know that there are, and I've done videos on the volcanoes in Antarctica. I'm curious about what happens when those volcanoes erupt. There's not enough history given about those volcanoes down there, about what has happened when they have erupted in the past. Hang on 1 second. That's the one for Iran. That is EMSC weighing in. I got an ad. I got an ad. YouTube gave me an ad. Richard, you still in chat? Oh. You guys, I have a stomach ache today. I'm not complaining. I have a stomach ache. EMSC doesn't like me either. It's not updating. Turkey is turkeying. Turkey has had a 1.5, 1.9, and 1.4. But EMSC has not posted an earthquake in 21 minutes. They have been going back and filling in earthquakes. It's the fill in of the lifetime. Let's see what their seismic data says. They're showing a Pakistan earthquake on the back page, but that's probably because it happened in Iran. Iran so far away. If y'all would like to follow along with EMSC, here is a link to follow along with EMSC. They had a base there or a baseball there? I think there is still a base in Antarctica. I know scientists still go to Antarctica. I know that a lot of the world still has scientists in Antarctica. I know they have the ARP thingy in Antarctica. I know they do a lot of woo 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 stuff in Antarctica. A lot of secret stuff. I wonder if international law applies in Antarctica. Okay, so the moonlit Gemini meteor shower peaks tonight for anybody who is wanting to look for it. If you go outside tonight, you should be able to see the Gemini meteor shower. And pilots are reporting mysterious UFO sightings over Oregon. And anybody that cares about Nancy Pelosi, she's been hospitalized after an injury overseas. And even though she's on the other side, need to keep her in prayer. All right, Richard. All right, you guys, I am going to take a break for a few minutes and I'm going to let the stream run and I will be back. Hey, you guys, I am going to be eating real quick. So I'm going to be in chat and just watching in the background. Just wanted to let you guys know so that y'all know I'm not just ducking out. If you missed the update, scroll back, and I just went over a whole new island and talked about earthquakes and other stuff. So if you missed anything, just scroll back and watch everything, and chat in the chat room. And I will be here in the background watching, and I'm going to eat my lunch that I have not eaten yet, and then I will be back. With Antarctica having as many volcanoes as it does, I would expect that we would get earthquake data from Antarctica. And we don't get any earthquake data from Antarctica. Yet we have scientists down there and they do all kinds of research down there. So why is there no data coming from Antarctica? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there's many bases down there too. In fact, let me pull this up. I'll show y'all where one of the bases is. There are bases down here. Let's see if I can find them. There's ice shelf there. There's Davis Station is over here. If you look, there's a station here. There's other stations on this in Antarctica. There's Cohen Station is there. But when you look, you can see they have volcanoes. So why is there no data coming from them? There's no earthquake data coming, but yet there's volcanoes down here. And as we know, all volcanoes have volcanoes. All of them have earthquake data that comes in. So you would expect to see even zeros to ones. These are stratovolcanoes. This is Erebus. This is Royal Society Range. This is an unnamed volcano. This is Pleiades. It's an unnamed. Erebus there. We have more over here. Mount Moulton, Adris, Wasatch, Sipple, Taki, Hudson Mountains is there. And when they say that all parts of the world have different areas here in Antarctica, you would expect that they would have sensors out. I mean, if they got sensors and they can read earthquakes out this far, why don't they have sensors here in Antarctica for earthquakes? Something just doesn't make any sense. And I've just been curious for a long time why they don't have sensors in Antarctica for earthquakes, for earthquake data. I mean, if they're going to have earthquakes around this area and they have volcanism here, you would expect that they would have some kind of earthquakes here. So, can't say that Antarctica is devoid of earthquakes. Anywho, hey, if you're here and you're watching the chat, please talk in the chat and say hi. And if you have opinions, feel free to write them in the chat room. It's just been my thoughts for a long time, and I've always wondered why earthquakes would go around Antarctica but never in Antarctica. Okay, so you have earthquakes that go through South America, but they just kind of magically stop and don't go into Antarctica. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Joe, I'm home. I'm home. I'm here. Okay, so we've had a 2.5 in the Aegean Sea, and it was 10 kilometers deep. And right before that, we had a 2.2, 7 kilometers deep in Southern California. See, here's the funny thing. When I'm looking up the AI overview, it says while it's not entirely accurate to say there are no earthquake sensors in Antarctica. So if there are no earthquake sensors, if it's inaccurate to say that, then why are no earthquakes shown in Antarctica? But it says, while it's not entirely accurate to say there are no earthquake sensors in Antarctica, the continent has significantly fewer seismic stations compared to other areas due to its extreme remoteness, harsh weather conditions, and the vast ice sheets which make installation and maintenance of sensors very difficult, meaning many smaller earthquakes in the interior of Antarctica may go undetected. Most seismic stations are located around the continent's edges where access is easier. Limited accessibility. Reaching the interior of Antarctica is challenging due to the harsh environment, making it difficult to install and maintain seismic equipment. Ice sheet interference. The thick ice can dampen seismic waves, making it harder to detect smaller earthquakes. Sparse network. Most seismic stations are concentrated around the crust, leaving large areas of the continent without limited monitoring capabilities. Despite the challenges, scientists are actively working to improve seismic monitoring in Antarctica by developing new technologies and deploying more stations in key areas. Well, I don't know. It's 2024, and I've been watching earthquakes now going on over 11 years, and I still don't see any earthquakes occurring in Antarctica. So, therefore, I'm beginning to think that Antarctica is devoid of earthquakes. And I still don't see a site where that shows earthquakes in Antarctica. So, find me one. I mean, they're saying that there's fewer seismic stations, but at this point, I don't see any. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me finish my lunch. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. I am not going to be doing a live stream tomorrow or Sunday. Just a heads up. I have done a live stream every day for the last 3 weeks now, so I am taking 2 days off for myself. Just wanted to give everybody a heads up so that you will know. Unless something big happens, which is entirely possible. So it is entirely possible something big could happen in the world, and then I will come back on tomorrow and do another live stream. But right now, I am planning on taking tomorrow off and Sunday off from a live stream, and spending time with my family and doing some things here at my house and with family. And just wanted to get on today and look at earthquakes with you guys. I am going to stay live, so I'm going to leave the chat up for a while. Today's just earthquake day, and tomorrow, tomorrow will be my day off. Now, for any updates and stuff, please go over and check out Ron's channel, EMA, Emergency Management Associates channel for earthquakes, and check out Broke Fishing's channel for fire news. He's been doing different stuff on his channel. And Emergency Management Associates has been working on getting people prepared on preparedness. I'd like to ask how many of y'all have your go bags? How many of you are prepared for a big earthquake? And YouTube is still playing with my numbers right now. They're doing great. YouTube is playing the numbers game today. Drop one, pick three, drop one, pick five, drop one, pick six, drop one, drop one, drop one, drop, pick, drop. I'm watching the numbers. Hey George, how you doing? Hope you are doing great today. I was just letting people know I am going to be taking tomorrow and Sunday off from live streaming, and I will be back on. Oh, let me see. Am I going to be back on Monday? Because Monday, I think Monday is the 16th, and I have my medical testing on Monday. So Monday, I will probably not be on until late in the afternoon. So it'll be Monday late afternoon, and then I will be on through the week. But I'm going to get back to my weekly program of doing my live streams during the week and having Sundays off. I have been doing live streams almost every day due to the fact that we've been having quite a bit of big earthquakes, and trying to keep people updated on what is going on around the world, and giving people an idea of the earthquakes that are going on worldwide. So I think that is important, and anywho, as they have slowed down some, I am going to take off Saturday and Sunday, spend it with my family, and get some things done. I have a fiber scan on Monday, so I'm going to be here later in the afternoon on Monday. So, anyways, I think that about covers it, and just letting you guys know so that you know I will be back later. Unless something big happens. Today is a day of 4.0s. That one is Mindanao, Philippines. 4.0, 166 kilometers deep. Today has been quite a lot of 4.0s. If you go back to the beginning of my video, you will see I read out all the 4.0s that have occurred today. A lot of them. Let me see if I can pull up how many exactly has happened today in the world. So it is it to me I think it's a little more than normal for today. So let me see. I'm gonna pull it up. There has been 34 4 to 4.9 earthquakes today. And that has been since midnight my time. So there has been 34. So that's been quite a bit. Did I get my card yet? A card? I have not checked the mail, so I guess I will have to check the mail. I did not go to the post office today. So no. 30 of them, I'd say. I'm gonna have to go check. The weather outside is frightful, but my dear, you're so delightful. As long as there's no place to go, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Well, thank you, Olivia. I guess, I think. Hello, my love. How are you? I don't know, but how was school today?
Good.
What'd you do?
I did good things.
You did good things?
Yeah.
Were you nice to people?
Yeah.
Yeah, were you kind?
I was making myself and my friends in the
Yeah.
playground.
Have you made lots of friends at school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In the playground.
At the playground? That's awesome.
It was so fun.
It was fun? That's awesome.
What's inside that?
That is something that your auntie made me and I cannot open it until Christmas. So it has to sit there. Yeah, Christmas is over a week away. Aw, you still have to wait. You have to behave or Santa won't come.
Can you buy me something?
Oh no, that has to do with Santa. Have you written your letter to Santa yet? You got to ask your mom for a piece of paper and a pencil and tell her you want to write Santa a letter. Tell him all about what you want for Christmas. Go lay down, Baba. Mama, Baba. That's my good girl. Yes, you are, you my baby. Yes, you're my baby. Yes. That's my good girl. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes. Just my baby. You told her? And what'd she say? She said okay?
Wait.
She said wait?
Yeah.
Okay, then that means have patience. Patience is a virtue.
Can I be something, please?
Well, ask your mom. I am a little busy. George, she better or else Santa will hear from me about her. God bless you too, Olivia. What's what? That's nothing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not for you. Oh, it's not for you. No,
What is it for?
it's not for you.
What is it for?
It's Aunt Jessica.
Oh, yeah. It belongs to him. My mom is playing. He didn't find something. He didn't find something.
Hang on 1 minute. No. Granddaughter's home and wants to get fed, so I had to go get her mommy. Okay, you guys, it's that magical hour. I am about to end the live stream. I hope that y'all are doing well today. I am going to go and help get dinner cooked for tonight, play with my granddaughter, and get some other stuff done. Please remember to tell someone that you love them. Remember, tomorrow is not promised. Please remember to have a go bag if you do not have one, and be prepared just in case if you live here in the United States. Anyways, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on the next one. To my moderators, Joe DeVito, George Mitchell, Richard, and anybody else that I have forgotten, thank you for being here today. Thank you for moderating for me. Um, to anybody who is new on this channel, thank you for being here. And I think I'm going to leave the live stream up for a little bit for anybody who wants to come and check out earthquakes. So I'm going to leave it up for a little bit. And I will actually check back in a little bit. So I'll be watching the chat room. I'm just going to go help my daughter for a few minutes. So I will be in the background doing some stuff, and then I will check back in a few minutes. So if my moderators and anybody else wants to stay in the live chat, they can stay in the live chat, hang out, talk. And today will be a longer live stream than normal for anybody who wants to be in the live chat and hang out with each other and associate with each other. That is awesome. I've got to go and help my daughter with my granddaughter, and I will be back. Uh, well, the daughter doesn't need me, so I'm just watching the stream. The latest earthquake was a 1.6, 55 kilometers deep. Not sure. I think this one. It's over here in New Zealand. Yeah, George, you said you just got back home and went to go deliver some cards. I still need to go out, but I haven't gone anywhere yet. It is just yuck, 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 yuck outside looking. The temperature's good. I just haven't gone out. Welcome to everybody that's new. Please remember to hit like, subscribe, and share. That is how we grow this channel. We do updates here for earthquakes. I do videos on large earthquakes, weather, news, and other things as they come up. I also show earthquakes that are happening around the world. We have a worldwide earthquake group, so it's important for people to be able to see where earthquakes are happening in real time. And when big earthquakes happen, we do show them on Google Earth. We do go over what is happening in the world in real time. Right now, there is nothing major going on in the world to so-called speak about. The latest earthquake has been a 4.0 in Mindanao, Philippines. It was 166 kilometers deep and it happened 35 minutes ago. So we are actually looking at a 1.6 55 kilometers deep, which occurred in New Zealand. I'm home. Ha! Okay, I snuck out of my house. I went to the post office. I wasn't here. I had to stop somewhere. I was playing on my cell phone. I was chatting you guys in chat. Anybody had noticed? I said I was talking to y'all from an undisclosed location. Had to see what was going on. So, anyway, no mail. Well, I got mail, but it wasn't for me. Man, I saw I had 10 people watching at one time. That's crazy. And that was from my cell phone. But yeah, when I look from the computer, two. I look from my phone, 10. Looks like YouTube is playing the numbers game. I believe it. YouTube and the phone, totally different numbers, totally different animals here. So let's see what's going on in the world right now. What did I miss? So EMSC has a 1.6 in Spain, 13 kilometers deep. Right before that was a 3.1, 10 kilometers deep, Mendoza, Argentina. We had a 2.7 Ukraine, Romania, Moldova border region. That's kind of interesting. Let's go see where that's at. That's three different borders in one. All right, so I'm going to pull up Google Earth because I'm curious. My curiosity has been piqued here. So, all these borders in one. So this is where it shows Ukraine, Romania, Moldova border region. So let me see here. I'm backing out here. So this is Moldova, this is Romania, and this is Ukraine. I would say it's more Romania because this is a Romanian border and this is Ukrainian border, and over here is Moldova. So it's not really, well, I mean, if you go along the border, you come all the way over here is Moldova. So I guess it could be, but it's not exactly that close to it. Well, I guess it could be. I mean, depending on how you look at it, it's like a glass half full, half empty kind of situation here. So that's where this earthquake is hitting. Population there is 266,000. That area is 32 kilometers southeast of Chernivtsi. Chernivtsi, 10 kilometers southeast of Hilboika. Population there is 9,400. So where else we've had an earthquake? We had a 3.9 Hokkaido, Japan region, 50 kilometers deep, and there was a 2.9 Iceland region, 3 kilometers deep. So, anyways, you guys, it's been 3 hours, and I am going to end the live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. I thought I would just leave the live stream running for a little bit. I hope y'all have enjoyed your afternoon. It is 4:32 p.m. my time here, and as I have stated, I will not be doing a live stream tomorrow or Sunday. I will be back on Monday. Um, I am going to take some time for me and my family over the weekend and get some things done that I need to get done. Unless there is a big earthquake or something that happens in the world, then I will come on and update or do a live stream. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Thank you to Joe DeVito for being here today and moderating. Thank you to George Mitchell for being here today. Thank you to Richard Smith. And thank you to Sage Pup for being here earlier. I appreciate all of you who were here today. Much love, and remember, tell somebody you love them. Tomorrow is not promised, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you, and much love.